So as we understand, this is not a show we're going to do. It is just sharing what we did in a very intensive week. Some parts, some bits of it that hopefully give an idea of what we were aiming for and what process we went through to end up where we ended up an hour ago. Yeah. So this is, in a way, it is a continuation also. I'm not sure how we're going to do this, so we'll also improvise a bit, and I'm asking them, the participants, to be available also so that by moment we can challenge them again by some new improvisations, because what we did during the whole week was a lot of improvisations. So sometimes I will just give a new theme, a small fragment, because we don't have that much time with you, all of you here, but we see how that works, and sometimes we show bits of what we did over the week. It was, as I said, to my sense, it was a quite challenging and quite an intensive week, so impossible to share the whole thing. Oh, that's a glass of wine. Oh, sorry. Okay, so saying that, we need to start somewhere. So the mask called, the theme of the week was masking the face to unmask the body. So we worked therefore with a tool which is the neutral, what we call a neutral mask. This is a neutral mask, as you know, so I'll show it more there. This is a neutral mask. As you can see, it is a strange mask. It's we can call it also, some can call it maybe a noble mask, or some will call it a mask of silence. It cannot speak, as you see. So the mean of working with that is to see how the whole body can take space and can take presence. What's in the title already. Working with a neutral mask, and it's a mask of presence. So this mask is very special. It's developed in order to examine a lot of things for dancers, actors, people on stage. And the aim is to not so much to invent new stuff, but it's a bit of frustrating work in that regard, that it is undo what we do too much. It is what we're looking for once. Often in theater, we're looking for what is specific, what makes him so comical or such a good tragical actor. Here, what we're looking for is not what we have, especially me, and only me can do that, but here we are looking really, what do we all have in common? All people on all the earth, what is it that we have in common? That is the first thing, that is what we want to examine with this mask. So why do we do that? It's like in origami, that the art of folding a paper. If you want to make a swan, okay, take a blank sheet of paper, you fold it, and if you're skilled to it, because it requires a lot of skills, if you're skilled to it, you can make a swan. Now, if you want to make from a swan a rhinoceros, it is a quasi impossible task. So therefore, you need to fold it back, open the sheet again, and then from there out, you can make a new origami. It's like a painter painting, whatever he paints. Now to say, oh no, I'm going to change my mind, I'm going to make a landscape. Or he has to wipe it out again, or to paint it again, the whole thing, that it's blank and he can start again. So as an actor, we ask for that, the readiness, the openness, the availability to where the journey where we go, in a new play, in a new challenge, to be open and ready to go for that. So this mask is a mask that knows no conflict. It is everything he does. It's as if he does it. It's a bit abstract, the ideas that I'm going to say, but it is as if he does it for the first time. With all the knowledge as a human race, as a humankind that we have, but still for the first time, with the openness of not, I'm doing that for the fifth time. So he's not tired, he's not despair, he's not overjoyed. He's somewhere, we call it a neutral. Neutral means not I'm neutral and not existing. Neutral, humanly neutral, what we experienced and what we found out in the week is vulnerable also. Is ready to take a risk. It's not only about equilibrium or I'm staying here, I'm good here, here I stay and I don't move anymore. Then I have no risks and whatever. So there's no progress possible. So he goes whatever he's doing, he does it because he wants to do it. He does it because there is the appeal to do it, to go for it. So to figure already out, what is that neutral thing? It took us already kind of a day, and then a second day, and a third day, and more and more and more. It became refined, not in sitting around the table and thinking out, making theories about neutrality and the future and the past of humankind, but just by doing, by filling the space, the empty space, as it is here, with the action that he does. Without, I can say, oh, that's too much, or that reminds me to this, or to this or to that. So that gives us some idea of the neutral mask. You should do it, you should see it. We learned a lot by somebody improvising, other people watching, then do it again. Something is you learn from the others, and the other thing is, but you still need to do it. That's what we found out a lot. And then if you do it, and you say, after the rep, oh shit, it was not totally what I wanted to do, but it got nearer and nearer and nearer and nearer. Saying that, trying to be perfect, we had a lot of fun also. And we were able to laugh about all the things which were not so much neutral, and that we fell back on whatever. Later, after this mask, ideally, we go to find out what is disequilibrium. We need that to make laughter, because as long as I'm completely symmetrical, there's not so much to laugh about that. So you need to get out of balance. I need to fall, to recover, to whatever, to make it, to work that out, to make comedy, or to go towards tragedy. It's the other opposite. Then I need to go by hubris, by I wanted too much, and I will. So the higher I will go, bam, the deeper I will. I will collapse at the end. That's the other extreme. That's other extremes. Now we're kind of looking from where do we start from? What is profoundly human that everybody, from Italy to South Africa to wherever it is, can say, wow, that is human. That is exactly the generic of whatever we do. We had a lot of themes in order to do that, to make that voyage, because it was presented as a voyage. We started with the waking up of the mask. The mask sleeps and wakes up. Already there we found a lot of positions. A lot of positions that we found, if an audience comes in, what do they see? What is it? Maybe, even without a mask, take a sleeping position, whatever. Lie on the floor, let's say so. Lie on the floor. I will give instructions. So now they're all kind of neutral. So now, please go and lie on your back. Just lie on your back. Lie on your back. Now that's totally another image. I don't know if you can see that, but if you lengthen your legs, please, lengthen your leg, lengthen the legs. It feels like the first image I have, well, we explored all this a long time. I said, no, we go very fast. So to me, it is like, especially he there, they're all dead. They fell, wow, on their back, they're dead. Or they're sunbathing, which is maybe another kind of, for the moment, I'm dead. I'm just sunbathing, I'm not living, I'm just out of order. So back, please come back to the side, please, come back to the side. Find something neutral that we just see what we see. We never worked like that with all of us together. Now, let's see if we can work without a mask. Let's see without a mask. I was not intended to do that, but let's see without a mask. And then let's see how the neutral mask, neutral means the generic of everybody waking up in one way or another. The generic we should recognize that. Without we saying, he's tired, he's exhausted, he has a lot of existential questions or whatever. No, just to see if we can do a simple thing as the waking up, and that we recognize it. That person is waking up. Yeah? Okay, so let's improvise that. So it's up to you. What wakes him up? And how does he wake up? It's up to you. And then, of course, where should he go? What shall he do? And there he goes. Whatever it is. He's touching a tree, seeing water, I don't know. Go, go, go. And stop. I'm not so sure he said, hello, 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 how are you? I'm not so sure about that. It's a bit hard. We never improvised all of us together. So the first thing we should see, we explored that something is not on his own. The new I'm waking up. He's not a robot or something. But something will waking up. It is a sunbeam. It is something out of the nature. Because if we talk about human being, we also will talk about his environment where he is. What he cannot live on his own. We cannot live without others. We should not even be being born without a mother and a father and things like that. So he's not on his own. But there is an interaction. Him standing up and being ready for action, whatever that is. And then we started over the week a lot of teams. The teams were major teams. There's never a small team. Oh, he goes to the supermarket. That's not possible. It's all what we did was with a majuscule starting. So the teams are things like the meeting of men and women, a man and a woman. We didn't do that team, but how do they meet and what do they do? How do they do that? Or we had another team which we did, which was the team of farewell, adieu, farewell, which all of us we need to do in life. We need to quit at a certain point, our parents or I don't know what. We need to say goodbye to many things. We need to say goodbye to dear people at the end of their life. All that is generated in that big team of adieu. We did it. Let's sit down and let's see if we can do. We take a lot of risk. We're gonna do some improvisations just in front of you. So can I have 3 persons, please? 3 persons to see how we do that. That team of adieu. I'm gonna make a little bit of set. The set is we will start from that side to take a mask. Two of you? 2? Is there a third person? 3 persons. So we're going. The set I designed is like that. There is a pathway here. There's a pathway here, and there's a pier about here that goes in the sea, the ocean. The sea is there. Here it's somewhere there. Our stage is stopping, is ending, and then in the distance, at the right moment, the neutral mask see a ship. On the ship is a person dear to him, and that person is leaving. So let's see that simple team, that team, which is a huge team, is a team of adieu. How we can do that. And this time we never did that. I think if we can do it, 3 masks at the same time, meaning they are not robots, they are not looking at each other, but they're a group of 3 masks, of 3 people moving, and in one way or another, they will affect to each other because they cannot lose the moment to recognize that person on the boat, and that boat is separating from the neutral mask standing here and is distancing himself away from that person, which is the dynamic, and that's what we're looking for, which is the dynamic of separation, which is the dynamic of breaking up. But we need to find the neutral way to do that, with all the emotion that it has involved, but without starting to burst into tears or to be destroyed or whatever. No, he is also always that capacity to restore himself, to restoring human dignity in one way or another, whatever happened, even a separation to somebody who is very dear to us. Let's see how that works and what is that, how much they can fill the space with what their action they do and with their team that they're improvising. Okay. Okay. We are ready for you. We are ready as an audience. So as an audience, I ask you to be not skeptical, but to be rather, okay, open to see what's going to happen. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Whenever you want, then we are ready for you when you want. Go, 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 go. Ah, no, too early. Stop. Ah. Yes. So, thank you so much. It's not so easy to improvise the three of you together and playing one same team. So, too early. He goes, the others are not even arrived. So, how is it that you're not giving each other hands or giving each other comments to, okay, we go together, but still, you must follow, you must feel, oh, now it needs to happen. You must resist. Now, the longer you can make that moment waiting, the longer you can have that, the bigger you can, the more you can go in extension of that gesture, the more important the team will become, of course. If you do it so very fast, hop, it's already gone. So how important was it? It is also a matter of how do we respect. It's a matter of how I can amplify whatever I do on the stage. How long can I resist before I give it away? If I come and I say bye-bye, I do that every day. But now, if it is a major event, how can I hold myself back? And then on the right moment to let the audience sit on the edge of their stool, and then on the right moment deliver it. Till when I recover, I'm ready to go on with my journey. So it's a big thing. Just let it be from here. That the three of you, more in a group, not so much in a line, just the three, waist facing that way, and a little bit more. Let's say they end up there. We never worked like that, but just now to have a few pictures out of. So let's see, distance it a tiny bit, tiny. So no, go a little bit backwards here. Yeah, so something like that. Something like, put on the mask again, please. Then, when I say go, so you will lift the head up. And then in the distance, you need to discover still that ship. And then wait, one is lifting the hand, but it cannot be so much later, the other then. And see how big, how important you can make that, where does that gesture come from? That, they do that now. What is it? To want to hold that person back, but inevitably, the distance becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. How do you create that? That other person is going and you have to stay because here is the water. You will not jump into the water. Then we go away from the neutral for far. So be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready. Already when they lift up their mask, it should be a major event. And shh. And when you're ready, from now on. And then see the chip. Wait. Come on, guy. Wait there. The same. The same. Thank you. Shh. Without any comment. And recover to yourself. Back to yourself. And the mask is down again. So many times and so easily we go away from the neutral. When you say, Oh, shame, man, she had to go. Then we're going out of the neutral. Thousands of ways, thousands of songs are made by separation, about separation. So, but we need to find that thing is generic for all that we can find the dynamic of every single separation. Farewell is underneath that. And then to make that mask shine, to fill the whole space, and your imagination, what you see, the clearness of what you see, make that we, through their eyes, will see the same landscape, the ship flying away, the person going apart, going there. So let's come all of us on stage and let's put the masks to the side. We did sometimes things like gymnastic, but never a long time. Each time we were looking for what is the signification of a gesture. So therefore, remember we did that. We did that, spread a bit out, spread a bit left, right, up, make space. And we did, remember, just lift your right arm or your left arm, it doesn't matter, and bring it back down, and up again. It's just gymnastics. We do, I lift my right arm. So how do we do that the gesture becomes meaningful? How is that? So we explored also what is breath doing with life. How life and breath, life, breath, movement, how is that related? So now, one option, you do it, you lift your arm, but you add inspiration. Breathe in when you do that. Hold it. And then you go down. We try as actors to hold that stage. The longer, the more together we do that. And of course, it is not. This is meaning. It means something. Now, get the head down. Then get down. See, this time we do the opposite. When we lift our hands, we breathe out. See if that influences the speed we do it, the meaning of what we do. So please, when you're ready, you lift your hand while you breathe out, please. Do that again, once more. Follow it's not the same as that. Breathe out while you lift your hands. And then when you want. So it has another meaning. Can you see that? That if you breathe in, the breath to breathe in is so much shorter also than breathe out. But what does it mean? If I breathe in, I say, oh, my friend, I'm open. I want to go. I want to come close. I want to make that wholeness together. When this is happening, I say, anyway, too late. It's too late. If you say, now, if you call a taxi, taxi. Taxi! If you're in the nurse, taxi! You should breathe in. If you say, taxi! Oh, fuck, he's gone. He's off. Too late when you breathe out. So now, let's do another option. There are four moments in the breathing. One is breathe in. One is holding the breath with the lungs full. Apnée haute, en français. And the other one is breathing out, what we also say. And then you can hold your breath down. And then lift your arm. Let's do that one. Let's see what it means. You breathe out, and only then you lift your hand. And please, you do that. And when you want, and lift your hand. That's even way later, no? It's not even worth to lift your whole hands. Let's give it up. It's too late. It's way too late. The fourth option was to breathe in, and, and only then lift your hand. You ready? Breathe in, hold your breath, and arm up. Okay? And when you want. Now we come to something. Yes, sir! We come to How all these gestures that we see in history happening, and that is an order. It is nothing to do with the dynamic of a person wanting to do. It is an order. I need to do it. So each time we did a lot of stuff like that, examining movement. Like another thing on movement we did was, let's do that movement of undulation all together, please. So from down, we start down, and let's do that together. 2, and we're ready, and then knees come forward, pelvis, chest, chin, and let the arms hang down. And then again knees, pelvis, chest, and whole chin goes down. Now, and come back up, please. Come back up, and stay there, and stay there. Everything was at the end going about filling that space and being present on stage. But now we do it the other way around to go very fast for you. It took them an hour because I was asking, find me 3 big movements, huge movements, very big movements, complete movements, meaning that from toe to top, it's included. The breath is included, everything is included. But the 3 movements that we're looking for are covering every single action that you can do in life. This movement at the end, when we found, was by walking. And if you're clear, if you see how you walk, you see it is an undulation. You can see that clearly when you film a crowd, and then you do that in slow motion, you see how it is a wave, how that goes up and down. So if from walking out, we discovered, okay, let's make it bigger. Now let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. And we came to that undulation. So that is a principle of a movement which is underlying in many things, in jumping, in many things that you use your power station out of your pelvis, how that movement goes, that undulation. And another movement we found, we work in the other way around, another movement we found, let's start from down all the way down. And then with your breath, please, whenever you want, and then again, on the right moment, you let it close. Do it once more, please. And stay up. Just stay there. And let your arms go down. Let your arms go down. The principle of this movement we found in many things, like I jump like this. It's the principle of closing and opening. It's like a flower that opens in the morning and closes in the night. It's a principle of me. There's my chair. Regarding to my middle, I bring my down, I bend my knees, and I bend my upper part to come and sit. If you sit, or if I do, I already this, opening and closing. Now we do it in all the body. It becomes as big as possible, opening and closing. And the third movement was we go down with the body, and then we do the movement in reverse. That was that undulation, but the other way around. And then the head looks out, 4 in front of you, looking up, all the way up. And there's a drop of water coming down. Tuck your chest in, the pelvis, the knees are bended. And again, it's a circle, it's the opposite circle. Instead of going from in to out, now it's going from out to in. Why is it so different? Because the one is, you can stop it, please. The one is, it's a natural, we call it a natural. I go and grab something. Or if I'm very hungry, there is food. I'll bring the food to me. Now, the more polite we become, the more culturally influenced we become, the more posh we become, the more we say, we can bring food to us. Or we can say, or we do it in ceremonies. Instead of walking, we suddenly, we walk the other way around. We call it a cultural imposed undulation, actually. Or it is, Madame, your handkerchief is fallen down. Or I say, Madame, votre mouchoir est tombé. Or I make philosophy, all of things, and yeah, life is this and that. Or it's different. It's a totally other character of movement. But now let's go back a little bit to the journey that we made with the neutral mask. So take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. And so from these concrete teams like the adieu, meeting, big human teams. And what was interesting was all the time was not so much, oh, look how perfect I am, but look how vulnerable I am. How touching I can be, how humanly I can reach myself so that audience will come to me, I go to them. How can we share really being on stage? So this mask started a huge journey. The first thing he does, because he wants to, because he's appealed to it, is when we start improvisation, is in front of him is the forest. And because l'envie, because he wants to do that, because the desire to go in it, he goes in it. He goes in the forest. He has to go around trees. He has to go climb under. He has to jump over things. He has to make his journey. He needs to get in the heart of the jungle, and eventually at the end, come out of that environment. Yeah? That's the first big environment that he was confronted with, what we did in improvisations. That took us each time 1.5 hours improvising. The neutral mask starts his journey and goes to the forest and comes out. Because why? He comes out because that seems to be the history of humankind. We did things like that. And people, we can't survive. We can survive in the jungle, in many places. So he came out of the forest. He went on with his journey. That was another day, another afternoon, morning, afternoon. When he's out of the forest, it's a new start. Actually, the journey goes on. He's there, and in front of him, he sees the ocean. And because he wants to, because he's curious to it, because he wants to, because there is an appeal to do it, he goes, he gets into the ocean, has to leave the floor because he's taken by the water. And he's taken by the water, and however he does it, he's not a swimmer or something, however he does it, he arrives on the other side of the ocean. Yeah? That's the second big environment we did. Now let's do a little bit of movement, something we haven't done. Something, let's all of you get there on the back wall. Now, we were always exploring in many ways, how do we move, what does it mean, how do we use our pelvis, how do we use our hands, the whole body, how do we use our breath, how do we use our imagination. At the end it's that, how do we bring body and soul and thinking together, how real thinking is action, then we can see it. Then we make progress. So what I'm going to ask you, let's say the sea is here, starting here somewhere, somewhere. So now just you, if you say, I run in the sea, how should you do that? How does it go? Yeah? You come from here, you go and you run in the sea. Yeah? Yeah? That's an improvisation. Okay. We ready? Yeah, good. So gradually we said day after day, we saw that everybody almost became more and more neutral in wearing black or wearing something which was not so much standing out, which made us more, that's what we have in common also, the clothes and then. Okay, you ready? You're ready? And go for it, whatever you want. There I see some. Okay. So how does it go? Running in the sea. Let's see it. Let's do 5 people in that direction. So we all come here. Let's run from here. You start, and then the sea starts. So we give a bit more space, maybe. You run into the sea, and let's see. You run into the sea until the sea is taking over. That you don't have any feet more on the floor, or on the bottom of the sea. 5 people. 5. Only 5. That we see a bit. Who's going to do 5? 5. Come a little bit forward. 5. Yeah. 5. Yeah. And one more. All of these 5. 4. It's good. Or 5th. Yeah, that's 5th. Okay. Okay. And please, so the sea is starting a little bit further, and then ta-ta-ta-ta-tam. How do you go? To go until the sea is taking you. And whenever you're ready, you go. We watch. Yeah. And then you need to lose your legs, of course. Okay. Okay, and then, okay, thank you, so far. So what we see, if you look clearly, if you give it a good look, the first thing you see, it's me walking, it's me running, and then even you see, they run over the water. You can see the water splashing up, and then your knees got involved in it. And then your pelvis, and then it's not the same speed, of course, as in the beginning. And then we see the arms go up because now the sea is at this level. And then you see a little bit later, it's not you deciding, I do this speed or that speed. It becomes the rhythm of the sea, of the ocean. It becomes the undulation movement, the ongoing movement, the endless movement of breaking the waves, constructing again, come up again. So we never did this, but what we did was going in the sea, and be confronted with the dynamic of the sea, and how, again, that neutral mask end up on the other side of the ocean, thrown out of it. The sea, the neutral sea, is the sea in all its power, in all its possibilities, and the human being in all his potential. So how to see? We did it, apparently. Then we built ships and whatever, but let's not philosophize too much. He went to the other side. We go on with the journey. And then the next level, when he comes out of the ocean, he sees in the distance, he sees the mountain. So he goes to the mountain, and he starts climbing on the mountain, get higher and higher, until finally, he's at the top of the mountain. He's at the top of the mountain, filling always with your imagination to create that world. And to see, what is that person on the top of the mountain? And then finally, because he wants to, he will not stay there, how he jumps down, slides down, get down, and went over the mountain. We go on with the journey. All this we did this week. My mind is it's a flashback. We're going fast forward now. Then the next thing where he went, what he saw was after the mountain. He saw it already from the top of the mountain, probably, was the Karoo, was a big plain, the desert, the Kalahari, I don't know what. And there he goes. Because he wants to, because he is appealed to do it, he goes through the desert. Now, how do you do that? How do you create a desert? Only with no set, only an actor on stage, filling an empty space and making a desert for the audience possible. That was the challenge, that was what we did. So that was the 4 environments we went through. We could have done also, he comes out of the desert and he sees the city. The city totally other organization. It's nothing to do anymore with, so far we were in the nature. So suddenly it's streets, it's vertical buildings, huh? It's, the whole thing is humanly organized. You don't find so much in, you don't find it at all, straight lines in nature. Huh? So, but in the city, yes, so it should be have a totally other organization to play that, to make that city alive only by your presence, your imagination, and giving that to an audience. Now we started to do the whole thing again, but this time everything was dramatized. When he went in the wood, when he went in the forest got in fire. So he saw probably animals starting to flee away. He has all the senses, the smell, the ears, whatever he needs to. And also, the neutral mask will get out of that fire, out of that wood in fire as quickly as he can in that environment. Now what we saw, a very interesting thing, is by doing that, we saw that by seeing the fires, by being surrounded by the fire, by trying to escape, trees falling down and so on, that everybody took up the rhythm of the fire. Huh? And then, after he went through the forest, he went in the sea. The sea was in storm, huge waves. And what we see more and more is how we play the sea in the dynamic with an undulation of the sea. Huh? So we find each time, we were challenged to find the dynamic very, very different of wood, burning wood, of a sea carrying us, and a sea in tempest. He went through all that, and then he came to the mountain, climbs up the mountain, and suddenly the whole mountain's falling apart because there's an earthquake. And puff, 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 puff. Down we felt like stones, like rock, becoming rock, we ourselves in the improvisation. Then he went, survived all that. He went, so that's all neutral, what I'm telling, huh? Because in the beginning we might have had an idea, oh, neutral, I'm going to just be neutral. No, neutral as the meaning of wanting to do and to be confronted with the dynamic, however that is, you take over that dynamic, huh? By what we call mimesis. And then he went through the plain, and the plain got a huge sandstorm, windstorm. So up he was lifted, turned, smashed back to the ground, blown away, had to fight against it. Huh? That we did. Now, next stage, after we have done all that, we nearly come to the end. What we did with the neutral mask is after we lift the neutral mask and the fire in that environment of fire, that I will call you back on stage and take a position where we finally did, okay, now let's forget that neutral mask and let's just do the dynamic of the fire. Let's be the fire we ourselves. So now we're going to see, to go down on your knees or something. So what is the dynamic of fire? And see if we can find it. And then, so each one for your own, and still it will be all together. Some of you come maybe a little bit more forward. Okay, that's fine. And then, whenever you want, there you go, be fire. And lit that fire higher. And then go down again. Go down again. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Become human again. So, By going through the journey and then becoming the fire, we said, what is that? How does it work, a fire? Huh? How does it need to go back all the time down to the wood, down to the floor? And his aspiration is the heaven. Huh? He wants to go high up by oxygen. He's looking for oxygen. But the more, then at a certain moment, the tragedy of the fire is that it needs to be go back down, go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. We did the same thing with water. We did the same thing, being only water without neutral mask anymore. Then after that, we played the wind. How the wind is us becoming transparent, becoming wind, becoming air. And the other thing, us becoming rock, becoming a tree. Let's do that maybe. Let's do that last thing. You remember what we did this afternoon is with your one hand, you grab in the wall with clay, and so you go with your right hand in there, grab that clay, and then hold it and feel the weight of the clay in your hand. And then with your left hand, you go in the wall on the other side and push your hand around that clay. And it's not only the hand, it's the whole body becomes the same tension. Now smash both together. And then lift it and throw it in the earth. Stay there. And then this time, let your feet become so earthed that roots are going down in the earth underneath you. And you come slowly up and become a tree. And keep the tension in all your body. Become a giant, a tree, expanding your arms. Let them raise to the heaven while your feet are rooted deep down in the earth. Without making faces. It's the whole body has the same tension. And look straight out, straight in front of yourself. Straight in front of yourself. Now, collect yourself and come together. But each foot, each time you shift your way to, keep your hands up. But bring your balance to one foot. When that other foot needs to move, the roots need to go away. And as soon as you plant your foot again, deep under the earth you come and see, make it a little bit lighter. See how you can come together and face to the audience. See how you can come together. All of you, looking in front of you, far, far out, like a forest, a living forest. See how close you can come. Come closer together. Come to us. It can take a while. It's a tree. It takes a lot of time. Thousands of years they can come. Come together, not too close. Not too close, but come together. Come together. Keep expanded, Noah. Keep yourself wide. Yeah, don't become an old tree. Then turn yourself to us, to the audience. Turn yourself. I'll let you. Turn yourself. And now, let the wind play in the leaves. But your feet are rooted. Now, and see that you're all together. You create a sound. Not the whistling sound, not the sound of the wind, the sound that comes from deep under the earth. Make it a music. And then stop it, stay somewhere in the middle. Put your branches down, your arms down, Look out. Look out to the audience, over the audience, or to the audience. Get up on your legs. Make yourself a giant. Now, stay there. Keep the tension. After we did that with every element, this was the earth. It was the final stage what we did this afternoon. All these elements, we made them characters. So now we have giants. We have the earth persons. And then we started to improvise what two trees meeting each other. Now look to each other and give your neighbor a hand. Take your time, stay there. It takes some time, I guess, because there's so much rooted, there's so much power in it. And look in each other's eyes. And give a hand. Joe, don't laugh. Don't laugh, stay a tree. Serious business. Serious business. Now, if this is a character, we can imagine what kind of things should you say? Probably, where is the money? and then, come. Oh, and the tree is broken. The branches break as a tree can fall down, break his heart, break his roots or whatever. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Relax. So we did this. So that was what we did this afternoon, was playing with these characters. And then we had two fires beating each other. I told you not to. And they also, so two characters, like the fire, looking for air, needing to go back. So we, let's be all water. All water. Yeah. All out of the pelvis, and start. It's not a state of a tree. So, and what kind of things do you say? Come on. Yeah. Go closer to the audience. There's a nice audience, guys. Come on here. Hey, come on here, come on. Hey. And it is the rhythm of the ocean that we got. Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay. And then, so that was water. We had wind. All of you, wind. As a character. Quickly, we need to go there. Oh, there. Oh, where? Oh, not too much in a hurry. Stop. Okay, good. If you make it too hurry, it becomes fiery. So we can make mixtures, of course. It's fire, and then we had earth, we had wind, we had water, we had fire. Yeah, we've seen them all. So then, of course, it becomes very interesting. How does that work? A tree and a fire. Come on, we need to go. And the tree is holding. But does it get burnt by the fire? Or water and fire? They don't like each other so much. The more that the fire is going, the more that the water starts to steam or something. How does that work? All these combinations possible as characters now, bringing us after the journey of undoing things now, after that observation, how do we, in this case, construct characters based on that, on the elements that we lived. Another thing that we did, parallel to all that, was giving a lot of movement and exploration of movements. One of the things, and I would like to love you to improvise that, to work on that, something we never did. We found that in the body, in the way you talk, in the body you hold yourself, we can distinguish degrees of tension. A lot of tension, like in the tree, way less tension in the water. We saw that already. The fire must be quite high. But we said, okay, can we make just purely based on movement? Can we distinguish, let's say I can find 7 different grades of tension. Starting, number 0, I'm dead. There's no movement. Number 1, what should be number 1? Barely no movement. All of you, please keep your body up. Keep your body up. But the first thing should be you lie down and we start from there. But keep your body up. But it's tension number 1. All of you, please. Tension number 1. There's nearly no tension. So come, guys. Try to look up. Try to look up. Lifting your eyes and your head is already a task. It's a permanent business already to keep in balance because gravity is about to take over. There's no resistance, there's no power, there's no energy to hold yourself away from gravity. So yeah, they tend to lean together, one on the other. And of course, if we see them a bunch like that, then we say, what can we say? We say they are drunk. The brain has lost its control over the muscles, so they are completely, or they are drunk. Now, it's not only drunk, it depends on the situation. It can be that if you have no food or no water during several days, it becomes very tragic, but it's the same state where you still have to fight against gravity to find how to survive. It can be very tragic. Everything can be, or you can push it to the comical or to the tragic. So that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Go on, stay. Go on, a little bit more. What is 2? Hey, come on, guys. What kind of thing they say? Hey! That's clearly not the same state of being. It's clearly. So they like to hang around in groups. We can recognize adolescents. We can recognize, hey, people liking to party, whatever. And then, there's a slang. They invent their own language, slang words, and so not established world. No. It is a new world, invented world. So we go to 3. Number 3. That's clearly, the body is more uprighted, for sure. This is a state of economy of movement. Everything is perfectly organized. It's the pelvis, is the power station, the pelvis. Before it was number 1, it was gravity almost. Number 2 is in the knees. It's like chewing gum. The body is on holiday. Number 3, we go. Where you need to go? You need to get me the files, please. Mr. Johnson, can you please get the files for me? We're in a world of corridors, if you meet somebody, what do you say? Hello. It's friendly. It's just social sympathetic. There's no, my friend. No. We stay. Then, hey guys, listen to me. Listen. Fire! Stop. So these were 2 different numbers, 4 and 5. 4 is what? Is a state of alert, is a state of readiness, a state of what? We went a stage up, we come here. It's also where the wind lives, where the wind is. Or the fire, if you want, is also maybe there. So anyway, this was 4. Now this number was for us very, very important. That moment, which is in real life, just a moment of awareness, of readiness, of total openness, we use that extremely long to do all our improvisations are in this state. Yes. The word that you say is not like in number 1, no, I can't anymore. That's number 1. Here it is, yes. You want to go? Yes. There's a forest. I go. He's going. He's taking the risk. He's going. That's number 4. Each one of these numbers, you can recognize them in theater. This one should also be the number for clown. A clown, yes, he wants to go. Yeah, he's no defense. He's open. Now, after that, when I said fire, oh, we need to get organized all together, bob, that direction. Then somebody says, no, it's over there. Oh, yes, up, they all reorganize. It's quite high already in the body. That was number 5. Then let's go 4. Hey guys, fire! Wait. Come here. Stop. Wait. You won the lottery! Stop. That's a level higher. In this level, everything we do is everything is transposed into movement. It happens like in soccer. Goal! The players rip their t-shirts off. You go in strange ways that you never did before. Everything is transformed into in a strange way of walking. Everything is joy. Everything is so it is transposed to theater. It should be the level of commedia dell'arte, where it's a level of a mask that everything you do is. Carlecchino, he cannot walk like that. Because his mind is so playful and so fast, he changed from one direction to another each time, all the time. So, guys, the lottery, you won that! Yay! And then we are back to 0, 1, they can get up again. But what happened is, there is so much tension that the muscles in the front, the flexor muscles, and the muscles in the back, the extensor muscles, they are both contracted at the same time. That means that it's pushing and pulling at the same time. Therefore, you cannot move anymore. When do we have that? In heart attack, for example, what they played now. Also, in some forms of theater, you can find it back like, but then of course we will not do it all the time with that tension, but it should be like, in no theater. For example, Japanese, it's a theater that took years, hundreds of years to become in its to its final form. It's the biggest, the highest pressure you can put on it. Also, opera is getting near to that maybe, while they not speak anymore, but hey, everything is sung by the Queen of the Night or whatever. It's a lot of tension. It's a lot of transposition. It's a very transposed if you do it in theater. And some people, they can also ask questions, but okay, so that's number 7. So far, there's no number 8 existing. Is that the end of these forms of theater, like opera? Is new opera possible? I leave it as a question. But guys, stand up, please. They're also exhausted, I think. Guys, stand up. And so let's leave that for a question. We did this. A last thing, if you still want. A last thing, just for fun, we did a lot of things where we thought in the beginning, it's impossible. And then we all the time proved impossible is possible. The possible becomes easy. The easy becomes maybe elegant. So let's make a circle. We have a circle. Just a circle. And there we go. All of us together. And without singing. Without singing, then we sing, yeah? All together. And there we go. Oh, no, let's sing together. Let's start singing, okay? And here we go, and... Brother Jacob, do you sleep? Do you sleep? Hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing, ding dong. stop. So the complicated thing is that we do 8 with the feet, but the arms are only doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that if you count it, you got in trouble, because the second round, each time it changes. So the only way to do it without counting is that we trained ourselves so much that it was embedded in our brain, in our body, and we got a memory of it, and then we made it each time more complicated. And then just to end, maybe, so I'm number 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah? So we need to give them a bit. So here we go. Are we ready? So the numbers 1 start by singing, and then the number 2 do it in canon, yeah? And so a little bit closer. Okay, and here we go. And Brother Jacob, do you sleep? Hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing. Ding dong, ding dong, Brother Jacob, do you sleep? Hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing, hear the bells are ringing. Ding dong, ding dong. And we stop. And then they stop also. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, let's go. We're going away. Thank you.